I followed my dreams and opened an antique store to have adventures and spend time as a family. Sometimes you have to climb a mountain and open some new doors to find the treasures inside. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc. Hey guys, and welcome to the 2018 Curiosity Inc. Year in Review. I am in my garage where there's an empty space here, hopefully for some kind of cool project car to come next. Sadly, I sold my Nash in a fit of, confusion and took the deal even though I love that car. So now I've got to find something else to put here, but something is on its way. That video should be coming soon for those of you that watched the last one. But this video that you're watching right now is a good recap of the last 12 months of our business and our YouTube channel. So to give you kind of an idea, we started this channel just a little over a year ago. And in that past year, we've put out almost 250 videos. We've reached almost 7 million views on our channel and are close to 50,000 subscribers. So it's been a big journey. And even though it's been busy and there's a lot of you guys growing and joining the channel, I'm still a regular guy who runs a shop. And so some of you have phoned my store to say hello. That's amazing. I appreciate that. Or sent me an email. I'm generally pretty accessible. I try and read through the comments whenever I can. But if you're new to the channel, this will give you a great chance to see what we've done the last year, some of the adventures that we've gone on, and perhaps inspire you, if you haven't already, to hit that subscribe button because there's more adventures coming and lots of cool stuff happening. So thank you so much for all of you watching our show and watching our channel. It's much appreciated. I definitely love the shout out and the call outs. We've tried to keep the channel interesting and go on lots of adventures and bring you guys along with us. So without further ado, we're going to get into our top 10 picks from 2018. So grab a bowl of popcorn, sit right there, and watch the show. 2018 was packed full of adventure, and we went coast to coast in search of treasures for our shop. Here's our list of the top 10 finds of 2018. Number 10. The Boat in the Barn. Sealed away in a falling down boathouse, this was no ordinary boat. Built around 1930 at Alberta Boat Works, this boat was renovated in the 1950s with a new engine and windscreen, and then parked for the next 60 years. After some TLC and a proper windscreen, we got this beauty back in the water. And after having some fun with it ourselves, the boat ended up with the local museum and will be preserved for years to come. We're so glad that we had the chance to find this dry dock diva and put her back in the water again. Number 9. Mystery Bag of Watches. Visiting an estate sale, we were able to purchase a bag of watches for $350 US or about $500 Canadian. Unsure of the operating condition, we took the lot as is and went through it on camera. Inside, we found a Canadian issue Seiko Pogue chronograph, a Chevron calendar watch, and several Omega Seamaster automatics. We were able to get the best of the lot serviced and the watches turned out great. It's always fun to sort through a bag of old watches, and even better yet when you find some treasure. Number 8. Garage Sale Treasure Chest. A friend and customer came into the shop to tell me about an estate sale that was happening nearby. I closed the shop for a little bit and we went. To my surprise, other people had been lingering around and passed by what appeared to be a suitcase full of coins. The top layer was mainly pennies, but after sorting through I noticed some silver coins at the bottom. I paid the $300 asking price, and with some help sorting from my wife and kids, we uncovered nearly $4,000 in face coins and silver. One of the best finds at a garage sale this year by far. Number 7. POW Art. After being invited to a local museum that was thinning out its collection, we were able to buy several pieces of POW art. The most interesting being a handmade replica of the Bismarck made by a survivor of the Bismarck wreck. While interned as a POW in southern Alberta in World War II, there were about 109 survivors who, like many, were held in either Canada or the United Kingdom. To help pass time, they were encouraged to craft in hopes it would distract them from finding creative ways to escape. This is a rare piece and is on display at our shop today. Number 6. Pulled the Chevy from the levee. Now we had news that a 64 Chevy Impala was buried in a local collector's house. We found the car and found the house, and after spending a hot summer's day digging the car out, I was able to free it up and get it home. The car later sold to an antique dealer who collected Impalas and even had a tattoo of a Chevy Impala tattooed on his leg. Now that's dedication to a brand. It's now back cruising the streets with a new happy owner, top down and smiles all around. Number 5. Basement full of art. This location offered not only a ton of cool antiques, but a Volkswagen camper and hundreds of original 1940s serigraph silkscreens by some very well-known Canadian artists, whose collaboration and partnership is referred to as the Group of Seven. After digging these gems from the basement, my wife Melissa and I later took them to auction in Vancouver, and we were able to triple our investment. A great haul, met some great people, and it was some amazing artwork. Number 4. The Abandoned Antique Store. I stumbled across this shop a couple years ago when passing through a small town in Saskatchewan. Although it had been closed for almost 20 years, I could see from the window that there was still lots of stock left inside from its former glory days. After searching around, I found the owners and negotiated a price for the contents. We were able to get our initial investment of $20,000 back within days and had a ton of great stock left over to bring back to the shop. Although it took several 9-hour road trips with my son Steven, we got a bunch of great things for the store and we had a lot of fun in the meantime. Number 3. The Franklin Anchor. While not one of our most valuable finds, this was one of the most historical. Languishing in a basement drawer for over 30 years, this paperweight was once given as a wedding gift to Sir John Franklin and his wife on their wedding day. Franklin, however, would never see this again, as his ships the Erebus and Terror would become famously locked in ice and trapped while he was searching for the Northwest Passage. His ships had been lost for more than 150 years, and by chance, I found this historical artifact in the basement the same day that his actual ships had been found in the frigid Arctic waters. An amazing piece of history, and it goes to show you never know what's going to be in a basement. Number 2. A Royal Ride. Built in 1939 for the Royal Tour of the Americas, this stunning McLaughlin Buick was purpose-built to rally Canadians into supporting the impending war in Europe. This car traveled across Canada and into the United States in 1939. Many Canadian cities and towns have streets named in the honor of His Majesty on this important visit. This car was remarkably well preserved and with the same owner since 1972. I was contacted to find a new home for this beautiful car. With a value of nearly $500,000, this was by far the largest single vehicle deal I had ever been involved in brokering. Thankfully, I was able to help save the car from ending up in private hands and negotiated a deal to have it donated and displayed to the Reynolds Alberta Museum, where it will have access to full preservation for years to come. A royal finish for a royal car. But before we get to our number 1 pick of 2018, here's a few runners-up from this past year. We had a few nice watches come through, but far and few between were like this one, a 1700s English gold fusee of 22 karat gold. It sold locally to a friend of mine who I know will cherish it in his collection. It's an amazing piece and he should be very proud to own it. We also ended up buying a massive collection of steam-powered toys. It filled our entire vehicle and almost half of our showcases at the store, but they are great and selling well. I've never come across a collection quite this big before, and we even had a chance to run some for the kids. I also went a little bit crazy and bought over 400 NASCAR die-cast cars. Now that's more than I would ever need in my lifetime, so we have been selling them off in all sorts of venues, and I'm down to about half left. The rest should be gone within the next couple weeks here, and that was a big haul to go through in less than a couple months. Not to mention the Whizzer Schwinn that we picked up among some other old bicycles and cool toys that came out of an estate, and even a 1960s Ferrari 330 GT 2+2 in original condition that had been in storage for almost 3 decades. Unfortunately, it was not for sale, but I do know where it's at, and hopefully the seller might change their mind because it's a beautiful car when finished. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button at the top of the screen. And now to our number 1, the Bambi Animation Cell. After facing several years of homelessness, Adam made a visit to my store one fateful day with an animation cell he had found in the trash. Not knowing it was authentic at the time, I paid him $20, thinking it was a replica. After finding out it was real and worth thousands of dollars, I spent weeks tracking him down and gave him half of the money in cash and the rest in new clothing, food, a hotel, and a ticket home. We also raised more than $18,000 to get him back on his feet, and I'm proud to say he is reunited with his family and getting back to a normal life home in Ontario. Although there was no money to be made for me on this deal, some things are more valuable, and helping Adam get off the streets and be home with his kids again this Christmas was by far the greatest gift of all, putting this on the top of our list as the best find of 2018. So thanks so much for tuning in with us this past year. I've appreciated everybody joining us from the beginning of the year when we only had about 1,000 subscribers to nearly 50,000 today. It's been a great journey and a lot of growth this year. So a big thank you from our family to yours this year as we move into 2019. And I'm excited to find out what we're gonna uncover this season as I find some new places to explore, as we branch out and go in some different directions. And I have a few great leads already going into January, so guarantee there's gonna be some cool videos coming up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button because there's always something interesting and exciting happening around here, and we'd love for you to come along the journey with us. So stay tuned for more adventures, stay tuned for more fun, and look forward to seeing you in the future. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you all soon, and have a happy new year. Bye for now.